Guys, good afternoon everyone. I'm Alfie Bernstein from R4K class, and today I'm going to do the minimal pair sound consonants for the midterm project of phonology. So without further ado, let's begin. First pair sounds, we have p versus b. P is voiceless bilabial plosive consonant, while B is voiced bilabial plosive consonant. For the example, in initial position we have pen versus bin, and on the final position we have cap versus cape. Second one, we have F versus of. F is voiceless labiodental fricative consonant, while F is voiced labiodental fricative consonant. For the example, in initial position we have find versus find, and on the final position we have safe and safe. Next one, we have S versus Z. S is voiceless alveolar fricative consonant, while Z is voiced alveolar fricative consonant. For the example, we have zip versus zip, and on the final position we have buzz versus buzz. Next one, we have ch versus ch. Ch is voiceless post-alveolar affricate consonant, while j is voiced post-alveolar affricate consonant. For example, in initial position we have chin versus chin. On the final position we have ridge versus ridge. Next one, we have k versus g. K is voiceless velar plosive consonant, while g is voiced velar plosive consonant. For example, on the initial position we have cut versus cut. On the final position we have bag versus bag. The next one, we have tooth versus tooth. Tooth is voiceless interdental fricative consonant, while z is voiced interdental fricative consonant. For the example, we have tie versus they. On the final position, we have bat versus bait. Next one, we have t versus d. T is voiceless alveolar plosive consonant, while d is voiced alveolar plosive consonant. For example, in initial position, we have tip versus dip. On the final position, we have bat versus bat. Next one, we have s versus z. S is voiceless post-alveolar fricative consonant, while z is voiced post-alveolar fricative consonant. For example, in the initial position we have show versus genre, and on the final position we have rush versus rouge. The next ones, we have l versus r. L is voiced alveolar lateral liquid consonant, while r is voiced alveolar rhotic liquid consonant. For the example, we have light versus right. And for the final position, we have fail versus far. And now for the consonant in tongue twister. First one. How many cookies a good cook cook if a good cook cook cookies is a tongue twister of k versus g. The only difference is in voicing, in which k is voiceless while g is voiced. Personally, I find this tongue twister to be quite easy, as I can tell the difference between k and g sounds, as both are produced in failure as the articulator, with the same plosive or stop in terms of manner. With the tongue twister, words such as cook, cut, cookies, and good. Next one, we have s and sh, tongue twister. She sells seashells on the seashore, but she never feels sore. I find this tongue twister to be the most challenging one, as producing sounds of both phonemes can be quite tricky for my tongue. Both s and s are voiceless, but the articulation place of how they are produced is different. The former comes from alveolar, while the latter one comes from post-alveolar. Yet, both are fricative in terms of manner. And for the example word here that are used for the tongue twister are cells, soar, shore, shells, and she. And the last tongue twister, we have t and d. Here goes like this. Them thinkers think thick thoughts, then they breathe. This one is almost as tricky as the second tongue twister, as d and d can be indiscernible in sounds and hard to pronounce for me. D is voiceless while d is voiced, yet both places of articulation take place in interdental with the same fricative manner. And for the consonant for the consonants that are being used as example word are then, thinkus, thing, thick, then, they, breathe. And thank you for watching my video. That's all for me, and my apologies if there are still several mispronunciation or mistakes that I made. Once again, thank you. Have a great day.